So the reason why I'm dressed like that is because all the banks and institutions are running after me. They want to hire me for their projects, but I'm refusing. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm gonna show you a trade I took on USDGBY. It was a swing trade. I'm not a big fan of swing trades, but when I take one, I like to take them very carefully. If they are not gonna give me a lot of R to R, I'm not gonna take it. So without too much talking, let's jump to it. This single trade generated a lot of money for many people, and actually the great thing that I took it live. I shared it with my private group of students. I shared it even on TradingView, and if you know anything about TradingView, if you share any idea in there, you can delete the idea later and you can't edit it even if you want to. So actually, if we open TradingView right here, go to menu and go to my profile, you're gonna see this trade around here. This was the last idea I took. I was marking 300 pips for the downside, and let's see what happens. It started going downside just where I marked it. I'm gonna leave a link for this exact idea in the description of the video so you can check it yourself. So now let's actually go and see the analysis behind it. So this single trade was on USDGBY. I am looking now at the weekly chart. As we can see, it was trending like very hard, barely making any moves for the downside. I wouldn't consider this like a real pullback. I was waiting for a deeper retracement like we had here in this level. So actually, if we returned back in time, I started looking for this trade, this opportunity on this candle exactly, because this might seem like a huge week, but if we zoomed in, I was trading in this session, and let's see how it seemed in the 30-minute time frame. So in the 30 time frame, it seemed like this, it looked like this. I was trading, and like many people got smoked by this wick right here. So actually, zooming in this level, it doesn't seem normal, right? It doesn't seem normal at all. Like, look at these candles right here, and suddenly we have like a huge one for the downside. Here I started looking at the chart and knowing, okay, banks are starting to play here. Banks are starting to shift the market. Many institutions and market makers are playing in this side right here. So now let's jump to the daily time frame and let me show you something. As you all know, I don't trade trend lines because it's not a good strategy if you ask me, but I like to draw my trend lines just to know where is the liquidity sitting, where is the level where most of the players, most of the traders are gonna get smoked. So actually, if we draw a simple trend line right here, we can see at this level, we started seeing a huge shifting in the market, a huge selling. Again, like I told you, I don't trade trend lines. It's just a marker for me to know that the trend is shifting. Let me get back to the weekly time frame for a second to show you something. Look at the RSI, and again, I don't trade based off the RSI, but it's a good way to see that the market stayed above for many weeks. So at this point, exactly, the RSI started to show weakness in the market. People got trapped and they riled up with the market. Here also, we have a lot of traders starting to look to short the market right here because of the RSI, and they got trapped and we riled up. And here, of course, we have the third opportunity where the market started to shift for real. So I started looking for my trade around this candle right here. This candle is very interesting for me because it started to get liquidity. It started to close all the positions of the people that are longing this for the downside right here. So getting back to the daily time frame, I started seeing this liquidity again. So many people are getting trapped here also. They are buying the market thinking it will rally up, and here it got very interesting because it started showing weakness again, taking all of the liquidity of the people that are buying. Again, this is my strategy. I started looking 2 years ago about just the liquidity, where people are getting trapped, where the traders are looking for getting out of their positions. And instead of just looking at trend lines, you must understand where is the liquidity sitting. So looking back at the 4-hour time frame chart, I started looking at the same level but like in details, and I took my trade around here. After this hard candle for the downside was a huge volume. The volume is like a very good indicator that the market is shifting. Someone is gonna ask me, why didn't you like take the trade right here and put your stop loss around this level and take profit around here? I mean, this is a valid trade, not bad. But the reason why I took the trade right here, not like this, because I wanted like a better risk to reward ratio, knowing that if the candle started to shift again for the trend line to grab the liquidity, my trade idea wouldn't be valid anymore, because I want the market to get all of the people trapped and then go down right here. I don't want the market to retest this level right here. So let's actually think about what would I do if the market didn't go for the downside and started to retest the level right here. In my opinion, if the market goes down and started going for the upside right here, I will be waiting to take another trade around this level right here. So I would be marking my shorts around this level, like the 50% of this level, marking this zone just to be safe and taking the trade for the downside like I did. But this is not what happened. It started going for the downside like really hard right here. Again, here I took some intraday positions, so let's forget about it. But here I started getting confirmation that my trade is very valid, because as you can see, we saw a huge grab of liquidity right here. And as many of you know, I love liquidity grabs, because this indicates that the retail traders right here are getting trapped, and then it went for the downside. So actually now let's discuss why I took my take profit right here, why this level like exactly, and let me show you the idea behind it. So in the weekly time frame chart, this is like the huge demand where most of the traders are gonna sit there exactly around this level right here. And we will start to see the pattern right now, if the market will rally up and go down to shift all the idea of USD GBY, or it will just break this level and retest it and go for the downside, or it can just go for the highs, trapping all this liquidity and rally like really hard after. So this is why I took my take profit around this level and not like this level or this level. So this was the trade for today. I hope it was very informative and you learned something new. I'm gonna leave my broker of zero spreads and the exact link for this trade so you can check it yourself. I hope you have a good trading week and see you soon.